Hello, football fans. Can you believe there are 5 weeks left in the season, starting with this week? Week 13 was pretty crazy. It was an amazing week with a lot of shocking upsets and just a phenomenal primetime win by the team with this logo. But yeah, week 13 was just epic as hell, and it marked the beginning of what should be a very captivating home stretch. If week 13 is any indication, the next 5 weeks, or the final 5 weeks of the season, should be absolutely epic. With that said, here's a look at the playoff picture entering the final 5 weeks of the season, starting, of course, with the AFC. In the AFC, the Dolphins and the Ravens are tied at 9-3, but the Dolphins have the tiebreaker, better conference record, moving them past the Ravens, who were idle in Week 13. The Chiefs and the Jags are tied at 8-4, but Kansas City's head-to-head moves them ahead of Jacksonville, putting the Jags, who suffered an overtime loss in Monday Night Football, at number 4. And as far as the wild cards, we have 4 7-5 teams: the Steelers, Browns, Colts, and Texans. Strangely, as crazy enough as it seems, despite the horrible home loss to lowly Arizona, Pittsburgh rules atop the 7-5 teams. They sit at number 5 via a common games edge over Indy, and the division record over Cleveland. Cleveland is next at number 6 because they beat Indy, and Indy is above the line over Houston because they beat Houston, but Houston is right behind them by a hair. The Denver Broncos, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Buffalo Bills each stand at 6-6, but the Bills sadly are at the bottom of that pile because Denver and Cincinnati both beat them. The Chargers and the Raiders have an outside shot at 5-7, and as for below that, well, don't hold your breath. The Jets and Titans are only alive mathematically. In fact, the Titans can actually be eliminated this week, but a lot has to happen. And the Patriots can be eliminated this week. They're a losing out situation. In the NFC, it's pretty interesting because the Philadelphia Eagles actually lost on Week 13, so they've dropped down to 10-2, which means that the 49ers and the Lions are both one game back at 9-3. Now, the Niners still have the tiebreaker over Detroit with the better conference record, but they also clinched head-to-head over Philly as well. So they're virtually tied. However, they are still a game behind the Eagles in the win-loss column. As for the number 1 spot, which is pretty much the NFC South spot, the Atlanta Falcons are in first place all by themselves at 6-6. The Cowboys hold the top wildcard position at 9-3. Right below them is a 6-6 logjam, 4 teams with that record. The Vikings, who were idle last week, are top of that group, hold the 6th spot. Meanwhile, the number 7 spot is held by none other than the Green Bay Packers. The Packers, with the win on Sunday Night Football, moved past the Rams and the Seahawks above the playoff line. The Packers have head-to-head over the Rams, while we also have a better conference record than Seattle. Speaking of Seattle, they're actually in the bottom of the 6-6 logjam because the Rams beat them twice. The Buccaneers and the Saints are both 5-7. They actually have an outside shot at the wild card and a really good shot at the division. The Giants, Bears, and Commanders are all 4-8, though they have a slight chance. But below them, the Cardinals are pretty much done, and the Panthers are officially done. They were the first team to be eliminated. The Cardinals, even though they're off this week, they have won the final 2 byes this season. The other team is the Commanders. The Cardinals can be eliminated. If the Rams and the Packers both win this week, then it's over for Arizona. Nobody clinched a playoff spot last week. Philadelphia was the only team that had a chance to clinch, and they failed to do it. And now, as a result, not only can they get in this week, there's 10 different ways they can. I'm going to try my best to list them all quickly. Number 1, win. Rams lost or tie. Number 2, win. Seahawks lost or tie. Number 3, win. Packers and Vikings can't win. Number 4, win. Packers can't win. Detroit has to lose. Number 5, tie. Rams lost. Seahawks lost. Number 6, tie. Rams lost. Vikings can't win. Number 7, tie. Rams lost. Packers can't win. Number 8, tie. Seahawks lost. Vikings can't win. Number 9, tie. Seahawks lost. Packers can't win. And number 10, tie. Vikings lost. Packers lost. That's all. 10 ways. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they have 10 ways to clinch, and that's because of the 6-6 log jam. They're not the only team that has so many ways to get in, though. The Cowboys can get in the playoffs, and like the Eagles, they have 10 ways too. Theirs is a little more twisted, though. Theirs is a little more twisted. So, unlike Philly, they have to win. In all 10 scenarios, they have to win, and Detroit has to win or tie. Now the rest, let's see, I'm going to try to get this out. Okay, I'm going to try to get this out very, very quickly. So remember, in all 10 scenarios, Dallas has to win and Detroit can't lose. Number 1, Bucks lost, Hawks lost, Rams can't win, Packers lost, Vikings can't win. Number 2, Bucks lost, Hawks lost, Rams can't win, we tie, and the Vikings lose. Number 3, Bucks lost, Hawks lost, Saints can't win, Packers lost, Vikings can't win. Number 4, Bucks lost, Hawks lost, Saints can't win, we tie, Vikings lost. Number 5, Bucks lost, Hawks tie, Rams lost, Saints can't win, Packers lost, Vikings can't win. Number 6, Bucks lost, Hawks tie, Rams lost, Saints can't win, Packers tie, Vikings lost. Number 7, Bucks tie, Hawks lost, Packers lost, Vikings can't win. Number 8, Bucks tie, Hawks lost, Packers tie, Vikings lost. Number 9, Bucks tie, Hawks tie, Rams lost, Packers lost, Vikings can't win. Number 10, Bucks tie, Hawks tie, Rams lost, Packers tie, Vikings lost. Oh God, that's all of them. And remember, all of that comes with a Cowboys win, and the Lions can't lose. Oh boy. Thankfully, the 49ers have much simpler scenarios. Yes, they can get in too, and there's 3 ways they can get in. They win and a Vikings loss, or win and a Packers loss, or win and a Vikings tie and a Packers tie. That's it. Oh, thank God. You know, it's going to be very crazy week 14. There's going to be a lot of scoreboard watching. I'm going to do my share because I'm a Packers fan looking to see if teams behind us and ahead of us fall off a little bit. But in any event, week 14 is going to be crazy as hell, and I can't wait for it. So that is a look into the playoff picture, into the final 5 weeks. If you like this video, click like. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe. If you want more, if you're on TikTok, feel free to hit that follow button. My story will be featured, so check it out when you can, and I'll be back next week to recap week 14. So stay tuned.